Want the ultimate Santorini wine route and one tasting trick locals never share before your trip today? Grows wine on just 1,200 hectares, yet welcomes more than 3.4 million visitors each year. Every cluster is effectively a celebrity. Scarcity drives prices skyward, but it also fuels meticulous farming that turns glassfuls into postcards of lava and sea spray. Covers roughly 75% of plantings, rooting through 30-meter pumice layers that phylloxera refuses to chew. Growers weave vines into low basket coils called. These living nests shield berries from cycladic gusts reaching 80 kilometers per hour. Night fog condenses on the baskets and drips into the soil, gifting the vines about 2 millimeters of water, vital on an island averaging only 14 annual rain days in summer. Volcanic ash acts like glass wool, reflecting sunlight upward so grapes ripen evenly even though they never rise more than 40 centimeters above ground. Such harsh conditions concentrate acids and minerals, giving Assyrtiko its trademark wet stone snap that some compare to Chablis dialed up to 11. By the end of this episode, you'll know where to chase that liquid geology, how to route tastings to dodge buses, and one ordering trick that scores extra pours. Beneath the sleepy village of Lie's art space, a 19th century canava reborn as an underground gallery and microcellar. You descend spiral stairs into pumice tunnels where temperature holds a steady 16 degrees Celsius. Natural climate control that saved oak barrels long before refrigeration. Modern spotlights reveal basalt veins in the walls. Artists hang canvases between casks, so each sip becomes an accidental private view. Start with the unfiltered Assyrtiko, stone fruits on the nose, saline punch on the palate, then pivot to an amber Vinsanto siphoned straight from an amphora. Notice how caramel, fig, and espresso notes bloom under the gallery's diffused lighting, turning the glass into edible sculpture. Towers cap at 20 guests, but if you book the 10 a.m. slot, you often share the cave with fewer than 8 people, meaning tripod-friendly silence. Ask founder Antonis to show the antique foot-powered press. Its wood screws still smell like must from vintages crushed a century ago. Before climbing back into sunlight, pocket a wax-sealed half-bottle for sunset pairing and have staff stamp your booklet. Many restaurants give 10% corkage discounts for stamped canavas. Santo Wines, 1,200 growers and caldera terrace. Perched above Athenios Port, Santo Wines looks like a marble amphitheater staring directly into the flooded crater. The view alone is worth the cover charge. Formed in 1947, this co-op unites more than 1,200 microfarmers, whose plots average barely half a hectare. The tasting room offers flights of 4, 6, or 12 wines, but insiders order the research flight, 6 experimental cuvées that rarely leave the island. Begin with the sparkling Assyrtiko. Razor-fine bubbles hoist lemon peel aromas that slice through the salt air funneling up from the port. Next comes oak-aged, pressed at night to preserve aromatics. Vanilla and smoke wrap around volcanic stone like a campfire on a black sand beach. The sensory crescendo is the 16 to 12 dry Vinsanto, shades of apricot, sesame, and flint, named after the slope gradient and day length during harvest. Golden hour tables often sell out a week ahead in July, so prepay online and screenshot the QR code. No code, no terrace. If you miss sunset slots, aim for 11:30 a.m. Cruise crowds are at Oya then, giving you elbow room and perfect cross-light for bottle photography. Domaine Sigalas, terroir science pioneer. Drive north toward, and you'll hit, the first estate on Santorini to vinify microplots separately, turning geology into a liquid lab report. Founder Paris Sigalas started in 1991 with a single hectare. Today, 40 organically farmed hectares yield roughly 200,000 bottles. Yet the flagship Cavalieros cuvée comes from just 9 hectares on the island's northern shoulder, where basalt shards boost drainage and daytime albedo. Book the vertical Assyrtiko flight. 5 vintages poured side by side, so you can taste the arc from briny lime in year 1 to toasted almond and beeswax by year 5. Chefs pair each glass with Cycladic fava puree, caper leaves, and sun-dried tomato, creating a savory echo that makes the mineral snap feel stereo. Ask to tour the concrete egg fermenters. Their gentle convection keeps lees in suspension, adding texture without oak cover-up. Sigalas also bottles are rare. Only 8 barrels per year leave the estate, and most never cross the caldera. Grab one if you're chasing cellar bragging rights. Before leaving, step onto the observation deck. You can literally see 3 soil colors, white pumice, red scoria, black basalt, in one panoramic sweep. Shift gears southeast to Wines, housed in a restored 1900s tomato factory, where waves lap less than 10 meters from the crush pad. Here the soundtrack is surf hiss, not tour bus engines, and the tasting deck smells of seaweed and barrel toast. Start with Thalessitis, the flagship Assyrtiko, whose name literally means of the sea. The saline finish feels prophetic when you sip beside the Aegean. Then ask about Thalassitis Submerged, bottles sunk 20 meters underwater for 5 years. Micropores in the cork let trace salt infiltrate, weaving brine into citrus. Gai'a limits submerged production to 750 bottles annually, so tastings pour from lab sample vials. Photograph the barnacle-covered bottle in the cellar window. If your route allows, detour to boutique for concrete egg fermenters that look like sci-fi pods, or to Megalochori for skin-contact Adani orange wine. Both side trips sit within 5 minutes drive of Gai'a, so drivers spend more time smelling grapes than diesel. Carry a soft-shell insulated tote. Beachfront tastings under Cycladic sun warm wine from 15 to 22 degrees in under 9 minutes, muting aromas. Aim for May or late September. Daytime highs hover around 24 degrees, crowds thin, and cellar staff have bandwidth to turn a standard pour into a geology lecture. Plan your loop north to south. Art Space, Sigalas, Gai'a, then Santo Wines. So you finish on the Caldera Terrace at sunset instead of white-knuckling uphill with a happy buzz. Reserve drivers or use Santorini's new cashless minibus app. Greek police doubled roadside breath tests in 2025, and fines start at €700. Pack a half-litre bottle of still water from mainland springs. Island Tap is desalinated and leaves mineral residue that dulls glassware and your palate. Order a cheese or charcuterie plate with every second flight. Protein and fat keep blood sugar stable, extending tasting stamina without dulling senses. Flash your stamped Canova booklet at 3 partner restaurants, Argo, Metaximas, and Nausa, and you'll slash corkage by 10%, a perk unknown to most bus groups. Ship wine via the new cooperative logistics hub at Athenios. 6-bottle foam shippers cost €38 to the EU and $52 to the US, beating airline overweight fees. Most importantly, remember these vineyards survived volcanic winter, Ottoman taxes, and tourist sprawl. Buying a bottle is a vote for biodiversity that tastes fantastic. Got a favorite Santorini pour? Drop it below, hit subscribe, and let's uncork the next adventure together.